Hello, I'm Dan Jones, President of Texas A&M University Commerce, and welcome back to our final segment on the President's Table. In this part of our show, we're going to highlight one of our programs here, one of the oldest programs at Texas A&M University Commerce, but still one of our largest and I think one of our best. And of course, I'm talking about our teacher education programs in the College of Education and Human Services. Our guests are Dr. Dale Johnson, the interim dean of the college, and Dr. David Brown, professor of curriculum and instruction, and our Mayo professor. Thank you. So we're pleased to have both of you here today. Let's talk first about a recognition that the college received a few weeks ago, in which we were identified as being one of the best in the nation. I think we were number 17? 13. Dr. Johnson, can you tell us what that recognition involved?
Yes, it involved, they looked at the different universities across the country, looked at the different areas that they could prepare teachers in. And we ranked number 1 in the state of Texas, 13 in the nation. And then they also looked at our cost for education for our students. And so we were ranked number 13 and I believe the only one in Texas in the top 20.
Wow.
So we're very proud of that, very proud of that.
Right. That is a tremendous recognition, and that certainly aligns nicely with the recognition we received some months earlier for being the most affordable college in Texas with the highest paid starting salaries for our graduates. So Texas A&M Commerce is truly a best value for students seeking an excellent educational experience. Dr. Brown, you've been with this university for quite some time.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your experience here, and what are the things, some of the elements that you can cite as being emblematic of the excellence of the program?
Well, I think there are many. I think we've hired well. We have a cadre of wonderful, well-trained faculty who have great compassion for their discipline. And so we have people that know how to teach and do it well and are compassionate about the teaching. I think that's one of the main ingredients of having a good program, is a good faculty care about the students and care about the discipline as well. They're actively involved in doing research and teaching, growing in that discipline as well, and are eager to share the new developments in that discipline as well. But there are other entities as well that makes this program outstanding. We have our remote sites that make accessibility to us very, very convenient for students. I think that the idea that we have partnerships with area school districts is a plus for us as well. A lot of our programs are enhanced by our partnerships.
Right. Well, I think the partnerships are vital, not only in teacher training, but really in a variety of fields where preparing students for success in their chosen career essentially requires us as educators to stay very closely in touch with, for lack of a better word, the consumer. In other words, the employer, the future employer. What are they looking for? How do we prepare students to have those skills and abilities? Teacher certification, teacher training is, I think, in many ways kind of woven into the DNA of this institution. Dr. Johnson, can you talk a little bit about our history and legacy of excellence in teacher preparation?
I would be so glad to do that. We were founded as a place to train teachers. Our purpose from our very beginning was to educate the teachers for this region. One of the things that makes that so unique and important to us is that when you go back through the years and you go to any school in the region, they will tell you their principals, their superintendents, and their teachers came from us.
Yes.
Our students now come to us and I'll say, how did you hear about us? And they'll say, my favorite teacher went here. And they told me that this is the place I needed to come.
That is tremendous. I know when I speak to groups throughout the region, I always remind them that even though you may not know it, you were taught by at least one, and very likely many more, graduates of our institution. And so we're changing the world in quiet but very profound ways through our reach. And Professor Mayo was a teacher himself, celebrated the tradition, and had a vision that we still are inspired by today. What makes, I want to circle back to the initial question about what it is that sets this program apart. It's one thing to have been around a long time, and we're going to celebrate our 125th anniversary in less than a year. But it's quite another thing to be recognized for excellence. And one important ingredient of excellence is the ability to sustain the edge of excellence in a dynamic environment. Dr. Johnson, what are your thoughts in terms of the way that, I'm going to ask you this same question, Dr. Brown, to follow up in a minute, concerning the challenges that this very important area faces in maintaining its relevance and its vigor?
That is one of those things where we have to constantly stay in touch with the school districts, with the needs of our consumers, not just the school districts, but who the teachers in those school districts train. We just opened a brand new Leo Teach unit, which is our unit for teaching math and science teachers from preschool all the way through high school. And we find that in order to really prepare our students for science, you've got to start kindergarten or preschool.
That's right.
So we have to listen and stay current.
Yeah, we talk a lot in my circles about the need to increase the number of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math teachers. And the first idea on the table is always you got to go to high schools and recruit students who are interested in science. But if they're not interested and proficient in science and math by the third grade is about the latest, they're going to go in different directions. So again, this is part of where A&M Commerce really reaches down to the very earliest stages of education. Dr. Brown, what additional thoughts would you have on this?
Well, I think it's always a challenge to keep up with the changing technologies that we're having to infuse into our teaching process. I also like the idea that we are providing different formats for delivering our instruction. We have online instruction, we have face-to-face instruction, and those different delivery formats are important to the varied audience that we have today.
I think teacher preparation is increasingly complex just because of that. It used to be that pedagogical technique involved, holding the chalk the right way. And the blackboard, when it came out in the 1830s, was considered a revolutionary technology.
Oh, yes.
But now, if you don't go into the classroom with the working knowledge of presentation technology, smart boards, and all the rest, you're really starting behind the curve.
Absolutely.
So it's incumbent upon you all to stay in front of those technologies.
Absolutely.
As well. How about things like mobile devices?
Well, those are changing as well, and we're trying to figure out a way to get our students using those within the classroom. Right. And I think we've got some innovative professors that are doing a nice job of taking advantage of those mobile devices that our students carry around with them on a regular basis.
Doesn't work to say turn off your cell phones.
No,
put it on silent and put it in the pocket, but they're still on it. Well, we're just barely scratching the surface of this, but unfortunately we're out of time. My congratulations to both of you for being part of a marvelous program here, one that has stood us in good stead for over a century and really represents so much of the future of this institution as well. So congratulations. And that is, our program for today has come to a close. This is the end of the President's Table for this month. Once again, my name is Dan Jones, the President of Texas A&M University Commerce. We'll see you next month on the President's Table.